What's going on, y'all? Today we're gonna be covering Sub-Zero's some of my favorite cameos to use with Sub-Zero. From off top, we're going to be talking about Shujinko's utility. I think would be potentially one of his best, if not the best cameo for him. As Shujinko covers Sub-Zero's #1 issue, which is resource management. Sub-Zero typically has to use meter or cameo meter to get a combo, which cuts his damage pretty much down the middle. But with Shujinko, having a meterless launcher consistently allows you to basically replace the fact that you have a slow ice ball and convert off of air to airs, etc. It kind of gives you a replacement for your ice ball being slow. Still need to buff the ice ball, I believe, and buff the speed up the back too. But Shujinko allows you to compensate for that. Sonya allows you to basically use frame advantage, fast mid full screen, which he needs, fireball, and 50-50s. She actually gives you true 50-50s, which I'll demonstrate with being able to combo off the trip and the overhead. That's actually not bad at all. Sector, as it says casual, he's kind of brain dead. He gives you frame advantage and allows you to kind of steal your turn back kind of character. Um, I don't know if they'll keep him like this, but he's kind of dumb, which is kind of why you can see he says casual on top of it. Frost is also one of his better cameos because she allows you to basically have them in the corner off every setup, and she allows you to use a floating ice ball to basically again steal your turn back. You'll notice most of the cameos that have casual under it basically mean they're turn stealers. Like for example, for example, Sareena, turn stealer. Who else? Farah, turn stealer. Striker, turn stealer. They basically are cameos that are bent on getting frame advantage. What's Novato? Oh, Mortaro. Okay, good enough. So now we're going to go into the first cameo I want to talk about today, which is Sareena. Everybody knows Sareena. I'm pretty sure you've seen a bunch of Sub-Zero Sareenas online because, to be honest, as a Sub-Zero player, Sub-Zero Sareena is literally the easiest cameo team you can pick for him. We're going to the basics, so I'll put this on screen for anybody that's new to this right here. Alright, there we go. So you have Jataka's Curse. This right here is a summon that you can use, and you steal meter. Pretty self-explanatory. Startup is not, it's like kind of fast. It's a cameo, so it just starts immediately. And this also doubles as what we call a human shield / people call it a meat shield, etc. When I throw this, and let's say I have the opponent throw ice punch, right? So let's say he throws ice punch. She'll take the hit from me. Which, okay, let's stop doing that. There we go. She'll take the hit from me. See? And gives you a free hit. There we go. So, next thing we're going to cover is the Kia Blades. This right here is really powerful. Startup is 26 frames, as it should be. Hit advantage 43. And with it being 43, that means I have enough time to basically, let's say, cancel combo extension 1, 2, standing 4, back 3, and even let's say a hard knockdown, right? So let's say I do this. She guarantees you're gonna wake up with having to deal with your turn being stolen. Well, like I said, she gives you consistent damage. I can basically hit confirm off of all of your normals, even this. Hit confirmable. Okay, so now we're just going to go cover the basic combos. With Sareena, you can basically do this right here, which is the back 3. $3.99, 1 bar, 2 cameos. You can do, let's say we're in a corner, all right? you can do something like this. 1, 2, ice clone. Let's do that one more time. I'm messing up. 1, 2, ice clone. $351. Okay. So let's cover something I think is also underutilized with Sareena is Old Moon. This gives you a 23 frame startup high that just keeps the opponent on their toes. Something simultaneously that is also underutilized with Old Moon, right, is you can actually use this for frame advantage. So let's say, you know, everybody likes to block or shimmy. Everybody likes to do this. They like to block low and then block high last minute when you do this. Because it's punishable, right? So if I do this, you see how my block advantage becomes -2? Which basically allows me to be pretty much unpunishable. Not even Liu Kang can punish that. It was -3. I think they might have buffed it slightly. Like, there might be a shadow buff. But it's -2, regardless. And, which actually I want to show you all the cooldown of this real quick. So let's actually fix the cameo default. Okay. You see how fast that fills up? Same thing with this right here. This is going to be a little bit slower cooldown. The Jataka's Curse has a higher slow light cooldown. Takes a while for it to come back. You have the Demonic Dance, which also, this one is -3. So some people recommend using Jataka's Dance. It's a mix-up, okay? So obviously back 2 is an overhead, right? This is an overhead. It goes into a high. So on the second portion, they can micro duck that and punish it, or they can just let go of block and punish you. Pretty much most people are going to try to punish you. So if you use back 2 forward R1, which I'm going to record just so y'all can see it. I feel like explaining it and seeing is 2 different things. So let's turn this on. So let's say I throw this, which, yeah, let's say I throw this. Damn it. Okay. The colors are confusing. Y'all gotta excuse me. Okay. So let's say I throw this versus I throw this. Now watch. First I'm gonna block it and take my turn back. Second time, see that? I get hit. So one more time. Duck and punish. Okay, he just didn't do it. He didn't have the meter. Let's try it one more time. Okay. And then the second time. Okay, I guess I gotta give them full. That's so dumb, but okay. Alright. So the first time you're gonna see me watch, I'm gonna duck and punish. Take my turn back, right? Because he missed. Now the second where I hit, you're gonna watch it again. See how you get hit? That's a 50-50 situation off of those 2. Now that's saying you have an opponent that's trying to punish it. It's not technically a 50-50, but an opponent that's just... Because most people are always trying to micro-duck Sub-Zero. Like, that's the weakness of Sub-Zero, because if you notice, most of Sub-Zero's highs, or normals, triangle, high, this is standing 4 is a high, X is a high. And that's something else I kind of want to talk about. It's kind of bad with Sub-Zero is... Because his only real... Yeah, block. Why is he not blocking? Okay. Am I tripping? Okay. Because his only real, like, actual plus frame move that he has is standing 4, it basically leaves him vulnerable to a lot of situations because this is a high. If this was a mid, or he had a mid that was +3, Sub-Zero would be an entirely better character. This first hit is -4. This right here is -7. This right here is 0. So it's just neutral. But it's also a high, so most people will literally duck, start swinging. And it's like kind of what they do to Sub-Zero. They basically crunch and just start swinging. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it's kind of mindless. It's really kind of mindless at this point. That's not necessarily their fault. The character's design is just base kit is bad. All right, so let's go to corner setups real quick. Let's go to the right. And then let's go to the left. Okay. Close. Okay, so let's say I got you in the corner, and let's say I get you into the corner, and I hit you with this. Or let's say I know you're gonna like crunch me, right? So I just hit. Or conversely, I can do this as well. So. And I'm taking your meter. Which everybody's kind of like, no big deal, right? The reason that's a big deal, meaning the next scenario I put you in, whether I use back 3, standing 2, back 2, those 3 different options I use, or let's say I use meter clone, you're going to be stuck in. And the loop is just going to get worse and worse. So, like I said, that right there is part of why I say Sub-Zero is actually like best game plans to get you in the corner. And the fact that she can literally do this right here, this is going to make people panic and want to jump in ice clone, like easily. And the fact you can do it in a combo and stop people from breaking is amazingly powerful. Like, honestly, like, pretty impressive. Alright, so now we're going to go to the next character cameo. We're going to talk about Sonya. Okay, so Sonya allows Sub-Zero to, let's put him on block, basically like 50-50 like the character. She amplifies all of your moves. She gives you, which we'll do the move list real quick. Okay. I haven't tested this 2 moves out, so I'm going to cover the ones I know. So square wave, right? That right there allows you to stop an opponent from jumping, but it also has a secondary purpose. So I'll show you all this real quick. So let's say I actually get this hit off the opponent. That's a combo extender. It's really hard to juggle off of, but because basically to get that off, you have to call her a little bit preemptively on the 3rd hit. So watch. And immediately, and I mean immediately, air cancel. So that's what she gives him as far as that. On top of that, on another note, let's say the opponent is going to crouch you down, right? So if they're crouching you down, okay, duck. So if they're crouching you down, you just can't get in, right? Rather than risk your life and do this, you have a better mix-up. Now you can do this. And then we'll go to see the cameo default. All right. Now notice the refill rate of that is semi-slow, so it's not the best, but once again it gives you a much better alternative for actual 50-50s. Because let's say the opponent stands up and they guard, right? I could do this right here where I get them to stand up. Okay. I get them to stand up. And let's say they try to like up block me. It's a 50-50 between that grab and me doing tick throw. So you see how annoying that can be? Between this, they try to up block to get out of jail free card. And let's say they normal block it, right? In the case where you actually going to normal block it, you see how far I scoot you back? And it actually gives Sub-Zero a plus frame, which is very rare. Like Sub-Zero normally lacks plus frames. He lacks a good mid. He lacks a really good overhead. She gives you a good overhead, another meterless launcher, and plus frames. Like I will say, back when I first reviewed this cameo a long time ago, I pretty much figured it amplified a lot of Sub-Zero's kit. Do I enjoy it? So-so. But as far as utility, she definitely gives Sub-Zero some of the best utility in the game, like for sure. Um, Energy ring. So we're gonna cover that next. Energy ring has a fast version. And you see how fast that goes up? This is basically the new Kung Lao hat, except the startup is a little bit slower. But you see it travels really fast. Like it travels dummy fast. And you see the block advantage on that. Even up close, you're really not gonna get much off of that. Like you're not gonna really try to punish you off that. Let's try point blank real quick. Even point blank, that's -4. So you're safe on block regardless. Do notice it is a summon though, so once again, this is the ideal range you want to throw that at. But like I said, it actually gives Sub-Zero pretty good pressure. And that's all I want to cover for right now. The other cameo moves I haven't tested out quite yet. Those are kind of new, so probably do an update to those. But we've covered square wave, leg grab, energy rings, and charge. And that's another thing I want to actually talk about really quick with energy rings is if you hold it, it becomes like an actual ambush attack, and it gives you 96 plus frames. And then you also see the cooldown on that. Look how fast it goes up. So it's almost incentivizing you to basically use her for projectile spam. Yeah, I would do that, yeah. But she's gonna guarantee they're not swinging back either way. So let's cover the next cameo. Okay. Where is it at? Okay. So this cameo I've recently started playing. Haven't optimized everything with this cameo, but the reason I like Shujinko is because of this right here. So he has, which is gives you another mid / high. You can confirm that off of the high into the, which I'll show you what input that is because I don't want to get too ahead of myself. We're going to be covering the Kingdom's Crumble, right? So Kingdom's Crumble is forward R1, up R1. Now the reason this is important is because I can actually confirm this off of most of my frames. I can confirm this off of forward 1, 2. I can confirm this off back 3. I can confirm this off standing 2. Or 2, 1 in the corner. You don't want to do this in the mid-screen. Let me show you what happens when you do it in the mid-screen. See that right there? So that's again corner specific. You can do it off of, let's see, what was another one? 1, 2. And the list goes on. But if you look at damage, right? So the reason this cameo is so powerful is it synergizes well with Sub-Zero because remember I told you all people don't really use 2-2-2 with Sub-Zero, so I'll show you what I mean by that. So observe. And see, he's off screen, and I get a full, basically I get a full cameo meter. With that full cameo bar of meter, watch what I can do from there. Now you're in the corner. So basically, not only without cameo meter can I get an actual combo launcher with this character, but on top of that, with Sub-Zero, I can pretty much guarantee one of 2 ways that I'm going to have a full bar meter. I'll give you another example for combo to actually guarantee that you'll get a full bar meter with Shujinko, because people usually struggle with Shujinko and, you know, getting people to like stop hitting him. So watch this. I can literally just off 1, 2. Watch this. This is when you want to tap R1. Easy, low execution, bar filled up. Easy peasy. Off screen, how are you going to hit him? What are you going to do? Call in Shang Tsung's fireballs? Most moves only affect stuff on screen. So it's, I'm telling you right now, Shujinko for Sub-Zero is going to be like make it or break it. Like you confirm, you can literally, I can even do it like in back 3. No longer do I have to depend on Shujinko. Like I don't have to depend on this move as much, because typically what happens when we start losing the fight? Sub-Zero's head back 2, because you know it gives hella damage. It's a fast little mix-up. not really a mix-up. It's 24 frames. Like, if you get hit with that, you're just not paying attention. But now you have a easier way to hit confirm into easy damage. And you don't even have to use it at the beginning of a combo. You could do something like, let's say you do... Or actually, let's say you do back 2. Let's say I actually do get back 2 off, right? So let's say I get back 2 off. Say I get back 2 off. It's kind of hard to time, though. Not gonna lie. Say I get back 2 off. See that right there? If I get back 2 off one time, I don't recommend doing it twice. Just go for 1. You can do it twice, but it's really iffy with the timing. But like I said, this is just a light intro into Shujinko, so let's cover the other moves Shujinko has. So passing time, delay, really passing time, peace out. And 8 pet punch. Okay. Okay, so passing time, right? This is him just basic meditation. You see how far the bar fills up? It fills up really fast. Passing time delay is when you hold R1, you'll actually see him running. Then you have really passing time, down R1. This is the safest alternative of all his actual countdowns, because when you do this and they're spamming projectiles that are highs, he'll micro duck the highs because he's technically crouching. Now we're going to cover, which I'm missing a move. Okay. So we're going to cover Conquest Kick, right? Conquest Kick, this right here, this is a mid. Which basically means a Sub-Zero player gives you a triple mid situation. However, I want to point out that this is risky because let's say I do, you see that right there? Negative 13, which means I'm going to eat a full combo for doing it. However, if I do see right there? If I do the high variation, I'm negative 6. So it's a lot less risky. So that being said, what you want to kind of do with playing this cameo is it's very situational. I would not recommend using Shujinko against characters like Baraka, which I mean you could, because I mean again this cameo gives you free damage, high damage hit confirms, like he can do 60, 70%, etc. I've been seeing like a lot of people like what was it, Green Gonzo? I think it was Green Gonzo. He was been going crazy, been playing Rip Sareena. Shout out to him. A couple other YouTubers. Sikander just finally picked up Shujinko, like for real this patch, which I'm overly excited with. I'm really hoping that we see Sikander pick Noob Saibot up with Shujinko. I feel like that's a team nobody's really kind of been paying attention to, because Noob Saibot, with a big kit that he has, Shujinko will give you access to easy, and I mean easy, cheesy 40 to 50% combos that I'll be showcasing later after I experiment with the character more. But like I said, it's just been a light little touch into like the different things that you can do with my favorite 3 cameos. I'll be dropping more as time goes on. But before I go, we're going to do a little bit of bonus real quick. I want to go into the mindset of why 222 with Sub-Zero is so slept on. Alright, so use Johnny Cage for example. Because this is actually something impressive that I found. It was kind of interesting. Sareena. Matter of fact, we're not even going to use Sareena, we use Frost. A lot of people like the Sub Frost team. Honestly, the Sub Frost team was the first team I really officially picked up on this game because I just wanted to double freeze people, but I quickly found out that's not a thing on this game, so observe. Let's do the situation where everybody wakes up with Shadow Kick, because why not? That's what everybody likes to do online. Enhanced Shadow Kick. Okay, so I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you. See that right there? Now, the reason that it took him pretty much almost forever to get over here is one of two reasons. I want you all to pay attention to 222. So let's turn get up mode off real quick, so you understand how this works. Even off of back 2-2, you see the actual hit advantage, how it's like 53, which means you're basically gonna like take a while to hit the ground, and when you hit the ground, you still have a long way to get up. But I prefer 222 because 222 has a bunch of corner carry, and it basically sends you full screen. So when I'm doing this right here, you see how far it sends you? And that's 24 frames of hit advantage. So what you can basically mean by that, think of the hit advantage as making me plus 24 on block if I don't hit anything else. So your 10 frame move is basically 14 frame gap between you trying to kick me and the move coming out, which means I could do some goofy stuff like this. Which actually, let's do this one real quick. Get up mode on. All right. One more time. All day. All day. But that's enough about Sub-Zero for the day. I hope this guy was helpful for just giving you like a couple of ideas, because that's really what this is. Just giving you a couple of ideas of different things you can do with Sub-Zero. Later, I'm probably going to be doing a matchup like guide per character. I think that's something we're going to journey into. The different matchups, what you can and can't do. And yeah, comment, like, share, subscribe. Till next time. Peace.